Hello and welcome to Knowledge Nuggets with Kyron Technology. Today we're going to be doing a quick unboxing of a couple of Televes antennas that we received from Nest Electronics earlier this week. And we're going to start with the Bexia. This is one of their indoor antennas that we have not tested yet. We're pretty excited about it. It may yield better results for certain applications than we've seen from other antennas. So we're hopeful that it will show us the same results with their innovative preamplification system. So inside first of all, we've got some little sticky strips. I'm not sure what those are for yet. Your do not return to the store warning label and basic instruction sheet. There's not a whole lot going on here. This basically just gets connected to your TV and power supply and should be pretty straightforward. It's a fairly small antenna. Smaller than I expected, to be honest. Interesting that they claim the results they do with such a small size, and they also say that you can put this at any orientation, flat, backwards, frontwards, pretty much anything. Around the back we do have some keyholes for wall mounting, as well as a little flip down kickstand for desk mounting. I am a little disappointed to see that the cable is attached here, but it is thicker and of higher quality than we normally see on attached cables. So that's a good sign that they are at least a little bit interested in getting good signal from the antenna to the television. And again, that is consistent with Televes. Their production quality, their design is usually top-notch, so we're excited about testing that out. Next up in here, looks like a power supply cord. Yep, pretty simple micro USB, standard fare for this type of adapter. We'll leave that in there for now. And what happens over here? Let's see what we've got. We've got the actual USB power supply that'll go with that cable, and we've got what it looks like a little power inserter for the preamp. Pretty straightforward again. So that's our Bexia indoor antenna. We're going to see how that works in another video a little later today. Hopefully we'll have that published by the end of the week. So that's our Bexia unboxing. Next we'll go to the DiNova Boss Mix. We've had excellent results with this in our area of Florida. It's a compact antenna. It can be roof or attic mounted. And again, we've got our do not return to the store label. We've got our instruction manual, and we have our antenna. Now, this is a fairly basic looking antenna, but inside it houses quite a bit of power. There's a lot of intelligence built into this guy. You've got your extendable VHF dipoles. We don't really benefit that much from those in the Orlando area, but they are nice to have in many markets. In addition to the antenna, we've got the mounting hardware, which is nice. It's better quality than most. It's also got a tool to assemble with, because those nuts are, well, depending on the type and size of J-mount arm that you're putting this on, you may need to use a lot or a little of that thread, and that tool helps you get way down onto there because it's a deep socket. And then on the other side, we have their F power supply. This is what helps the magic happen with that preamp. So we've basically just got our power supply and a cable. Cable's not too much to see, but what's neat about this guy here is that it's got the power supply and the cable built in. We put the antenna into this port. This goes to the TV, and we do have an extra outlet in case there's a need for powering a second TV from this power supply. You can see you've got your aux and your main and your antenna in labeled pretty clearly once you open that up. So that's a nice piece of kit as well. And that's going to go up for testing later today against this bad boy, the Dat Boss Mix LR. Now this one, we're probably going to do an assembly video later on as well. We've heard that there aren't great instructions out there, so we're going to try to do a little bit better for you. But this is supposed to be the Mac Daddy be-all, end-all for most users in tough situations. So we're excited to get this in for testing. We really don't need it in this area, but it is nice to know what's possible. We're hoping that we can actually pick up 1 or 2 stations that are about 80 miles away with this guy, including the ION option from, I'm blanking on where it's broadcast out of right now, but bear with me for a second. This is taped up quite well. And again, this is shipped from Ness Electronics. Highly recommend those guys. They really know what they're talking about. And we're going to actually go for a slightly different entry on this. It's been taped up so well from both the manufacturer and the distributor, I think, that it's going to be easier to pull from the sides. Not the recommended or intended entry method, but in this case, it seems to work better. And please excuse my tablecloth that has not been ironed in ages, but I didn't want you to have to look through the glass top table. All right, there we go. Sorry, bricks. So that's our unboxing. Let's see if there's anything else in there. It fell off camera. Looks like there's some hardware. And hopefully some halfway decent instructions. First page of the instructions is, as usual, just the parts list. And oh boy, that does look cumbersome. So we'll have a closer look at these later on today and see what we can put together for you for a little bit more cohesive and coherent instruction video for how to assemble this guy. But I can tell you right off the bat that all this stuff looks like high-grade aluminum. We've got some nice ABS plastic here as well. That's stiffer and more rugged than you might think. That's due to Televes' internal testing. These guys are fully vertically integrated, which means that they handle everything from design, production, packing, shipping, distribution, everything. And we're going to have a closer look at this later on today. But that's your basic unboxing for those 3 new Televes antennas. I'm going to assume that this is all hardware for putting this together. I'm not going to open it up right now because I don't want to lose any of those pieces. But that's that. Thanks for joining us.